This is really the same exact thing we just did, but the book, the people that wrote these books know that it is such a problem that it's worth doing one whole lesson on. And that is making sure that when you find zeros in the number that you're multiplying by, that you keep that straight. And probably the best advice the book gives, and I say, is make sure you write a row of zeros for that zero. In other words, don't forget the rules we set down. Since this is a zero, you know that you're going to end up with 0 times 3, 0 times 4, 0 times 2. Okay? And then don't forget what happens here. Anytime you get to this second digit here, what are you supposed to start with?
A 0.
A 0. Okay, again, because that's multiplying by 20, not by a 2. And then you multiply 2 times 3, 2 times 4, and 2 times 2. And then when you get to the third row, you start with
2 zeros.
2 zeros, like we talked about. 1 times 3, 1 times 4, 1 times 2. Okay, and you need to even, I'll do another example here. Even when the zero is not at the end, you need to make sure, you know, this, the book does, what about 243 times 102? Sorry, Maggie, what can I do?
Could you hang off the 0 on this
Well,
one?
the problem with, and Maggie asked a good question, and I know exactly why you did, because that's what we've been doing, but the problem is when you hang off a 0, okay, then you're going to lose track of which column or row this is and how many zeros to put. So I would say it'd probably be best not to do that way. Maggie was asking this question. If you do 243, could you do kind of like we did here and put the 0 there and bring down to 0? To which you can do this too. You can do this, but the problem is runs here. Now, how many zeros do I put down?
Oh. I'm ready. I don't know.
Okay, really what you've done is you combined these two steps, so when you get to that one there, you would need to put 2 zeros down, and that's why I don't recommend doing it, because it's kind of confusing. You've skipped a step, you're missing a row, this is actually should be the third row like it was down here, so you should put 2 down. So that's why I don't recommend the whole hanging the 0 out when you do it with this, because it just gets things really kind of mucky. So this one here again, same thing, just know that where's your row of zeros going to be on this one? 6, 8, 4. When you multiply by the 2, you know, you start with your 1, 0, and then you have 0 times all 3 of those. This time your row of zeros is in the middle. You got to know when you get to this place over here in your third one, you still have to start by adding 2 zeros. Okay, you just got to keep that straight in your mind as you do all this. 6, 8, 7. What's that? Oh, you'll try thousands by yourself, but I'll give you one this time. How about this one? 304 times 102. Pretty nice on these problems that you do. Go ahead, do 304 times 102. 304 times 102. 304 times 102. .304 times 102. .304 times 102. So he says, Kaylin? 31,008. Let's check and see here. Alright, multiplying by the 2, 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 3 is 6. start with a 0, then multiply through by the 0, 1, 2, 3 zeros. Put down 2 zeros because I'm at the hundreds place. 1 times 4, 1 times 3.
Actually, there's no
Oh
zero.
wait, did I do it?
Yeah.
Sorry. 1 times 4, 0, 3. Another 0, 0, 0, 1. Yeah, 31,000.
Yes.
Anybody question on that? No issues? Perfect.